Hey everybody, it's Peter Brown here with Randolph Ramsey, and what you're looking at is Abzu from Giant Squid. This is a PlayStation 4 and PC game coming out next year, and it is being helmed by the creative director for Giant Squid, who is the art director on Journey. And Randy, am I accurate in saying this game is a pretty magical experience?
It is, and it's good that you mentioned Journey because it's a very experiential game in the same way that Journey and some of that game company stuff is. So what you're looking at now basically is the game, right? So you're swimming around the ocean, you're interacting with wildlife. It doesn't sound super exciting as I'm saying it right now, but there's a sense of sort of like wonder and joy, and even when I say it then, it doesn't seem that appealing, but it's great. Like, how did you find it in your short time with it, Peter?
Well, I thought it was like it's not a simulator, right? I mean, it's really not, even though they are saying that, there's a lot of real wildlife in here and they're mimicking those behaviors. But I think that does a good job of drawing you into the world. But what really kept me engaged was the sense of discovery and the mystery of what lay ahead. Because as you can see, kind of like when you're in the ocean, you can't see very far. And like Journey, you get a little beacon that, in the distance, maybe it's movement or light, and that really draws your eye in and draws you to go explore and see what's out there.
Yeah, and speaking of sense of discovery, I mean, we're just looking at this little yellow robot here, and in the short demo that we played, there were a few of these you could actually find if you explored enough. I only managed to find one, but yeah, it was that sense of having to explore the spaces that we were in and moving around quite a lot. I mean, when you first start the game, you're starting off in quite shallow waters, so you go around, you try and swim with some fish. You eventually find that, hey, there's this little passageway here that actually goes a little bit deeper. You go in there, you find all new species of fish. You can interact with them in different ways. This turtle, for example, I love turtle riding when I played this, and apparently there is I don't want to say narrative, but there is like a through line to this game, right? In which there is an endpoint that you can reach that, basically, I guess, ends your experience within Abzu.
I suppose, yeah. And, playing with wildlife is very important because they, as we saw there with the turtle, you can interact with animals, including a manta ray. And in our demo, that took us down from a environment that was close to the top of the water down into the very big depths of the ocean. And that's where I imagine we're going to start seeing the elements that really contribute to telling the story of Abzu, because in the beginning it's so ambiguous, but there's clearly something to see and to behold.
Yeah, a lot of different wildlife, and we saw the shark before then, and then by the end of our demo, the shark is this sort of like mysterious figure that sort of just flits in and out of your view. You're trying to chase it, trying to see what is actually happening. And I guess in some of the other trailers that we've seen for Abzu, we've seen sort of much bigger aquatic wildlife like whales and that sort of thing, and even some, I don't know, mysterious objects in the ocean as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. The trailer from last year showed this really faint object in the distance that looks like it could be a large rock or maybe a large mammal until it becomes just clear enough to see that no, that's a man-made or alien-made ship of some sort that's really bulbous and alien looking, and there is this sort of otherworldly aspect to the real world aspects of Abzu. I'm super curious as to what that's going to be.
And this is a mood game, isn't it, Peter? So it's not something that, like in the style of a Witcher or a shooter or anything like that. But if you did enjoy, something like Flower, in which you want to try and explore a world, get sort of swept in just the mechanics of it and the music and the mood of it. I mean, this is, like a perfect game in that style, and it was great to play it.
Yeah, I'm very curious about the main character because at least we didn't learn anything about who they are. And when you see them from the front of the mask, the two eyes that the person has are very clear. And the helmet isn't really shaped like it's supposed to fit around a human head, at least proportionately to the body. So I'm even wondering if you're human or if you are some underwater creature yourself, or some hybrid thereof. I mean, it's really difficult to say at this point.
Which is weird, yeah, because, from talking to the developers, they had modeled the oceans and actual North Atlantic oceans as well. So, like, for example, looking at some really interesting things here. Jellyfish?
Yeah, and then they also had a rock that looked like it was shaped as a shark, as though that is something that was created by an intelligent being or civilization.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to explore to this game, and I'm really looking forward to when it comes out in 2016.